Do they make regular apartments nowadays? Because every apartment that I've seen being built is called a luxury apartment.
This is your dishwasher. You can clean about 3 plates at a time. This is also your oven, your microwave, and your Wi-Fi router.
Imagine paying $6,000 a month and you come home to this. My building is completely flooded.
Alright, so today we're going to be taking a look at luxury apartments and why people are beginning to realize they're not worth it. The crazy high prices they're paying don't reflect premium living arrangements anymore. It's just become another buzzword to bring people in and just pay more money for new construction type of quality. And if you've seen that series on my channel, you know that that quality is very poor. We got a ton of stuff to go over today along with comments from you guys from previous videos. So if you want to be featured on a future video, leave in the comments down below. But let's just jump right into it.
So our apartment is not fixing our AC. Instead, they're trying to resolve this by giving us a portable AC that we didn't want because it blocks our balcony access, and I'll show you. That's the portable AC unit, but this is what they have to do to our balcony, so we're unable to open our door. They taped the whole thing here so that it connects to the AC unit. And again, they did that when we weren't home, and we didn't even want that. We want them to resolve the actual AC in our unit. And this has been going on for over a year.
They've been dealing with this for a year and you can't even access the balcony? Doesn't seem very luxurious to me. And I could almost guarantee one of the luxury amenities that they advertise is having that nice fancy balcony so you could see the whole city. We got a comment from you guys right here. As someone who works in the industry, it doesn't take much for a property to label itself luxury apartments. We laughed at a property down the street from us because they considered a washer and dryer in the units and a tiny fitness room a luxury community. And even though this next clip is a skit, it's not that far from the truth.
There's no keys, you just tap your credit card down.
This is your dishwasher. You can clean about 3 plates at a time. This is also your oven, your microwave, and your Wi-Fi router. Building is mid-war. It was built a couple months ago. Walls are paper thin. Doors, so heavy. Your living room is in your kitchen. This is called a live chin, and it's really gonna cut down on your commute. The whole unit's rent stabilized. All of the rent goes into stabilizing the building. You might notice that there's no closets. To be honest with you, the architects just forgot. The whole thing was designed by AI. It stands for architectural interns. They're not very good, but they are free. You got a peaceful balcony here. You can almost fit a chair out here, and you can barely hear the highway.
And to be honest with that first clip, that's probably what you heard if you did go out on that balcony that was sealed up. And of course, for all these premium amenities, you're going to be paying $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month. It's absolutely unreal.
Yeah, all of our units start at like $2,900. Studios are included in that. And it kind of goes up from there. And then you have to keep in mind that like your rent doesn't cover the trash fee, the internet fee, the Wi-Fi fee, the because we can fee. You're saying there's like trash in the hallways? Well, yeah, you can't opt out of the trash fee. That's mandatory. Yeah, I know the elevator doesn't work, but like, I don't know, take the stairs. Like, that's not really our problem. I guess we can call maintenance, but like I said, it's not really our problem. We actually do something called dynamic pricing. So like every day that you check the price, it changes daily depending on how many people are viewing. I know you have 2 people and you're like living with a roommate, but we only allow 1 parking spot. The additional parking spot is an additional $500 a month.
Also, you could only pay your rent online, which comes with a $29 convenience fee. Luxury has zero meaning nowadays, and none of those $2,900 units are available. Girl, you forgot about the fee-paying fee. And don't forget about the $400 application fee. Luxury means built within the last 10 years, has a semi-functional gym, laminate and concrete flooring, and cheap appliances. They call it luxury, but you could hear every single footstep above you. You could pay for a premium parking spot, but our property manager reserves the right to park in it whenever she feels like. I'm not kidding. Also, you have to make 3 times the rent to even apply. All the walls are paper thin. These comments just went on and on. I asked you guys in an older video, do you see any luxury apartments popping up where you live? And I'm in Southwest Florida. Everything is luxury. It's so annoying. There's nothing luxury about these cookie cutter, cheaply made apartments. Literally everywhere, apartments and townhomes. The town over from where I live recently had a luxury apartment complex go up. While the reviews seem mostly completely positive, I heard that you have to provide proof earning $7,500 a month to even be considered for a lease. How many people are really making that in today's world? Yeah, about 1,200 built on what used to be farmland, along with another 600 townhouses that are lease only. Shoeboxes start at $2,500. For reference, I'm in a county about 60 miles away from Atlanta, and these are the types of ridiculous places they're still building these apartments.
What the? Look at the luxury apartments that they're building right.
So either your entire house could shake from the airplanes going back and forth nonstop or the trains, but you better believe it'll still be wildly expensive to live there.
Do they make regular apartments nowadays? Because every apartment that I've seen being built is called a luxury apartment. Where are the regular apartments at? Where are the apartments that they building that you can get for $1,000, $900? All these luxury apartments, they charging $1,600, $1,700, 2 bands. What a regular apartment for the people who want to live a regular life. Ain't nobody, everybody not trying to live a luxury lifestyle. Come on, man. Y'all will throw the little epoxy countertops, call it fake marble, and call it luxury. Come on, we gotta tighten up. Where are the regular apartments nowadays, bro? I'm tired of it. If everything is luxury, then nothing is.
So now you could either choose to live in these new construction homes that are falling apart immediately, or decide to rent in one of these luxury units that are wildly expensive. I just don't know what's going to happen in the future when these entire complexes start falling apart as well. We got another comment from you guys that goes well with this. If your building doesn't have a doorman or at least a staffed front security desk, it's not luxury. And because of that, you could cut out 99% of these complexes that advertise themselves as luxury. Because if you truly want to live somewhere that's super nice, you're going to be paying an ungodly amount of money.
If you live on Long Island, you know that our apartment options, specifically more luxury apartment options, are really just very, very slim options. So when my husband and I were looking for a bigger apartment, we're like, okay, we need 3 bedrooms. So we toured one of them, which was gorgeous. I would have moved in there the day we toured it, but it was $10,000 for the 3 bedrooms. That's just stupid. Absolutely not. Who pays $10,000 in rent? Unless you're money is no object, then fine. But that's just crazy. All right. So we found another apartment that's newer, pretty much brand new, and still wildly expensive. But the quality of these new builds are disgraceful. Literally so poorly built. Do these builders have no pride in their work? Do they not care about the longevity of their work? Because I am genuinely so confused.
Again, very similar problems we see with the single-family homes being built today. Absolutely horrible quality. All that matters is that it's built in record time, and they just move on to the next community or the next apartment complex over and over again. So down the road, when things start to break, you as a tenant just have to deal with it.
At this point, I'm over my building. It's been so much happening that it's just been making this environment so incredibly uncomfortable to live in. Number one, we have 4 elevators in the building. They have been broke for over a month. 2 have been working lately, and then 1 was working the other day. It can take sometimes over 30 minutes to be able to get up to your home. Now, here's the kicker. I've been living in this house for over a year, and now magically, you can't even sit out on the outdoor terrace at 9 o'clock, meaning you got to be confined into the building. There is no other outlets to be able to maneuver in the building, meaning you have to be in your home by 9 o'clock, and you can't maneuver around the building at any time after 9 o'clock, which is crazy. The pool closes at 9 o'clock. The outdoor observation terrace closes at 9 o'clock. What is this thing with apartments? So it forces you to feel like you're in a jailhouse living in this building.
And just from that view alone, I can guarantee you he's paying a ludicrous amount of money. All for it to take up to 30 minutes to get to your own apartment? What about groceries? We could just go right over to the next clip showing how terrible the elevators are.
The way this elevator has been taking its sweet time coming, I've been waiting for about 25 minutes for the elevator to come. And I know when I get on the elevator and when it comes in, we're literally going to be a packed house.
And the whole rest of the video is showing everybody packing into one elevator because what choice do you have? It's a 41-story building. Imagine if you were on the top floor, most likely spending even more cash just to have it, and it would take a half an hour just to get to your apartment or walk 40 flights of stairs? Again, doesn't seem very luxurious to me.
People that live in luxury apartments, I want to know, is the juice worth the squeeze? For the prices that they're charging right now, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, if you're able to afford it and you're living there, or if you have lived there in the past, let us know, is it worth it? I see a lot of terrible reviews online, so I'm wondering, how do these places continue to charge so much and provide so little? So please just comment below. I really want to know.
Nope, we got a pool and a gym and it's still ratchet. They're not. When I signed the lease, the amenities included an office space and a theater room. Now they charge $35 an hour. They tried to charge for a gym and they had a revolt in their reviews. Nope, I was there with 3 of us and took care of my husband's parents. It was $2,100, then jumped to $2,300 and jumped to $3,000. Luxury, but had no pool or anything that made it luxury. We left. Another person says paper thin walls. Nope, find something cheap and comfortable, which is getting much harder to come by in today's world. For 1 year only. Then you're over it and it's completely out of your system. The sunrise was nice, but not 3,000 plus utilities nice. And everybody in the comment section has been talking about their apartment gym, so we could take a look at this clip.
I'm staying at my sister's apartment and I'm like, you know what, let me just hit a workout. And I walk into the exercise room. We got a treadmill, we got a Bowflex, we got some dumbbells. I'm taking a rest day.
There's no way these luxury apartments are getting away with this. There's no way that I should be hearing a heartbeat above me. I can hear everything. I'm paying $1,700 a month, and you're telling me that I can hear every time my neighbor swallows.
And we got another comment from you guys. Landlords are now changing luxury to upscale and premier. Don't be fooled, folks. Again, all buzzwords just to try to get people in. Because if you sign on the dotted line, they got you for at least a year. But I mean, some of these examples are just insane.
Now y'all, look at this. This is what Charlotte considers luxury apartments. Look at this. Like, let me show y'all going down the stairs. Like, this is luxury in Charlotte now. Like, we're gonna sit here and charge everybody $5,000 a month for some bullshit. Now, this is luxury. Luxury is so luxurious.
It's crazy how many people still get roped in just because of the luxury tag. I know homeownerships come with a lot of extra baggage, along with the high mortgage payments, but if you're paying $4,000 or $5,000 for this type of quality, I feel like it'd be money better spent to actually get a single family home.
This is something people say is luxurious, but actually isn't luxurious at all. Lately, for me, it's been when these apartments been saying, oh, welcome to our luxurious high-rise apartments. Meanwhile, they got no in-unit washer dryer, popcorn ceilings, and also a radiator from the 18th century. Then they have the audacity to look me right in the eyes and say, we're charging you $3,000 a month for this beautiful 400 square foot apartment. At that point, call yourself an adult dorm if I'm going to be sharing a laundry room and risking my lungs to asbestos.
And another thing that I've started to see was the complete other side of this problem. You have complexes with such unnecessary amenities, you'd be better off paying less money and just not having it at all.
Hey, I'm Paul. I live in Nashville. Let me show you this weird quirk with my apartment. We're getting to the point where not everything needs to be smart. This is my microwave. First of all, thank goodness. I wouldn't have it any other way. A Wi-Fi enabled microwave. Second of all, look at this. Why do I need that? Why can't? Nothing wrong with that, you know? The craziest thing is I got this email like a few months ago and it was like, everyone be sure to update your microwaves. What?
We're all legitimately living in a Black Mirror episode. How lazy do you have to be to connect your phone to the microwave instead of just getting up and hitting the buttons? But if you don't update it in time, it'll just completely stop working as well. Unreal.
You'll love living here with our complimentary beverage bar, free beverages from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Wednesdays and Friday. Daily scavenger hunt in the mailroom. Pool party with Jimmy John's. Limit 1 sandwich per apartment. Guess how many jelly beans are in the jar? Winner gets a $5 gift card. We offer valet trash on days that start with T between the hours of 3 and 4 p.m. DIY pizza night. Design your own 4-inch personal pizza this Tuesday. Take and bake style.
So after all of these different examples we watched along with the high cost of living, the same companies that run these buildings and complexes are surprised that people aren't as intrigued anymore.
What would it take for you to buy a condo at the Ritz-Carlton in Portland? For people that my colleague Janet Eastman and I spoke to for a recent story, it was basically real estate agents cutting prices in half. When these Ritz-Carlton condos debuted in 2023, they were largely seen as way too expensive for the Portland market. Now, after the building, the Block 216 tower was repossessed by its lender, the strategy is to slash prices in order to drum up interest in these condos.
Now we could just go straight over to the comment section. The HOA is $2,000. I don't know if that's a year or a month. With it being the Ritz-Carlton, I wouldn't be surprised if it's $2,000 a month. They don't understand Portland. Ritz-Carlton in Portland sounds like an oxymoron. Why would the Ritz be in Portland? It's in Portland, LOL. You can't pay me enough to move to Portland. So I've never been there and I don't know what it's like, but these types of problems are happening all over the country.
Earlier this month, the Wall Street Journal featured Boston's luxury real estate market. So let's talk about it. Over the past decade in Boston, developers have been trying to model the luxury condos after places like New York and Miami. They were building these high-end amenity buildings, full service, with just record-setting prices. The article focused a lot on places like the St. Regis, which has been completed for years, but they're unable to finish selling units. About 40 plus units remain unsold, and developers are offering concessions to just move inventory, covering closing costs and major price cuts.
So even though these last couple examples were pretty extreme, at least if you're comparing a lot of the prices to the other clips that we've seen, one of the positive things about this is rent is actually going down in a lot of areas.
And what's really interesting, everyone, is I lived in this apartment building, and when I lived here, my rent for a one-bedroom was $1,870 a month, around $1,870 a month. Interestingly, I look at some of these units now, and they're renting for around $1,900 to $1,950 a month. That's kind of interesting. Basically, almost no rent growth in 5 years. However, we know that actually there was rent growth. Data from Apartment List is showing that apartment rents in Austin in mid to late 2021 skyrocketed. Literally, apartment rents went up by about 30% in a year. So the rents went way, way up, but since August 2022, they're down 22%, and now apartment rents in Austin are back to pre-pandemic levels, which is an amazing achievement.
So even though, at least in my opinion, the prices are still too high, they are gradually coming down or staying the same when a lot of the single-family homes all across the country just keep raising in price. But we're going to move on over to the NYC portion of this video because it's always fun to watch. Whether they advertise it as luxury or not, the prices you're paying per month just to live there are absolutely absurd.
Not so glamorous things about my New York City apartment despite paying almost $5,000 for a one-bedroom apartment. Look at the hospital lighting, I don't like it at all. And then the flooring they fixed, but it's simply a different shade, I'm sure you can tell. And then onto the window, it is such a weird shape that we couldn't get blinds for it unless we wanted to spend a hefty price on customized blinds for all 3 windows. And then the heating, you can't turn off, so it gets so hot. And then onto the bathroom, but wait, there's more because they fixed the floor here and it is so wonky and again, a different shade. And then the ceiling in our one bathroom, which is so small for 2 people, is cracking and they've redone it like 10 times, but it still just doesn't look great and it's flaking. And this one thing that every apartment I think has is so dusty and gross. More hospital lighting, and I hate that the AC units are so visible. And then my cute dog doesn't come with the apartment, but he's adorable. Never forget when he ate a cockroach, we have some of those. And the basement laundry, just ew, $3.20 per washer and dryer.
Okay, so along with not having an in-unit washer and dryer, she casually goes over when her dog ate a cockroach because they have those in her apartment. $5,000 a month. I honestly don't know why people live in that city.
This is the bathroom. There's no sink, and it's small, but I mean, shower, bathtub, window.
But you're saving $1,000 a month compared to the last clip. You don't need a sink. It's still $4,000 a month for that. Are you kidding me? We got another one up on screen of somebody doing a tour. Upper East Side, large, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, but apparently it's large. And of course, it doesn't really look nice. They're trying to boast that you have a window in one of these rooms. It's light filled with lots of closet space. It's perfect for a couple. But then you actually take a look at the closet and it's pretty small. And this one's only $3,300 a month. I mean, that's a steal.
Imagine paying $6,000 a month and you come home to this. My building is completely flooded.
We could go over to the description. Count your days Bazzuto. Imagine paying over $6,000 a month to live in a building that has so many water and pipe issues. This has rendered the apartments here unlivable, according to NYC law. So if any lawyers see this, hit me up. Then going over to the comment section, this happens a lot at Bazzuto apartments, sadly. I'm also a Bazzuto survivor. Always a problem. I found out after I moved in, and they'd pretend the elevators were out of order every other month to save money. Wow. I couldn't imagine paying $6,000 for any apartment. The creator responds, that's NYC for you. Here we got another person, welcome to NYC, where your $5,000 apartment gets flooded. $5,000 rent, the creator responds, average rent in NYC, by the way, LOL. I really just don't know what to say because this happens all the time. Gotta love NYC where the ceiling collapses every 3 months for $3,500 a month. But whenever there's a listing available, it looks like this. Next time you're looking for apartments, just be glad you don't live in NYC. To me, it just sounds like an absolute nightmare. But that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on screen right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys later.